Hey everyone, welcome back to this beautiful channel. It's your favorite webcomic creator and animator. Here again with another episode of Coffee and Chainsaws, where we basically just sit down and chill while you guys work on whatever you gotta work on and I work on whatever I gotta work on. And we just talk about what's happened over the past week, as well as any other upcoming projects I have. So if you guys enjoy the content that I do and you would like to see more, I suggest you head on down to that like button and like up this video, as well as subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell if you want to be notified of any other content I do on this channel. So yeah, today was a pretty chill day. We started today off pretty cool, pretty awesome. You know, today is Women's Day, by the way, here in South Africa. So yeah, it was a holiday basically. We were off all day today, me and my wife. So my wife had this cool idea of going to this cat cafe, which is basically a place in South Africa where they take rescued cats and they basically just have this like home for them, and basically they're chilling like in this giant playground they have in the back, and I guess it becomes their home basically, and they take care and look after them as well. Built around a cafe as well as a gift shop that's there, so you can get cool little goodies for your cats. We just sat there and, you know, we had a little coffee and chilled, and, you know, you get some cool ass cats, you know, just walking around you, and you get to, they actually have like names and stuff, which is pretty cool. Like they're so cute. Like they had all the names of the cats, and the cats are all pretty friendly. Like they were very friendly. They will just come up to you and sit on your lap. Like very cool, like very awesome, and it's very therapeutic. Like if you're having a bad day, I can see someone like just going there and just chilling like with a bunch of cats. And so weird, like just that experience of like hanging out with all these cats like really like boosted my mood and really like lifted my spirits up. So very interesting. If you guys have like a cat cafe where you can just hang out with a bunch of cats, or like a rescued dogs as well, like a dog cafe, I suggest you go ahead and do that, man. If you're ever feeling like you need to get a little spice in your life and get your mood all the way up, you know, it's a bit different than having your own pets. I don't know why. It's just the experience is something that you actually just have to experience, you know. But it was pretty fun, you know. So I started the day off on a good note, you know, hanging out with all the cats. And then today I started also working on my animation for the Kill All Heroes short film I'm working on, which is the Nathan versus Luna fight that's coming up. Luna, from, if you guys don't know about it, you know, it's a school comic my friend Jess makes. So go ahead and check that out, you know, The Witch's Stone on Webtoon. And so basically, me and Jess are kind of collabing together, and we talked about it, and she had like this cool idea. So this is basically Luna when she gets, this is like this thing called the Witch's Stone, and basically something to do with the ending or something. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but basically this is a different outcome to that story and what would happen if she got corrupted by certain elements in the story. So, you know, maybe check out the story and see where it leads, and then, you know, check out my story and see the other, you know, alternate Luna and how she turns out. You know, she turns out pretty interesting, and this fight was pretty cool. It was really nice to actually sit down and start animating again. I actually got to brush up on all my animation fundamentals again, and, you know, study certain animation scenes, break down certain scenes, and look how, you know, other professional artists would use animation to kind of convey their stories. And, you know, because everybody has a different method of how they like to experience animation or how they would like to animate things, so it's very different. So I took a little bit of everything from every artist that I enjoy, you know, watching their content and seeing exactly how they animate. It was pretty inspiring. You know, the biggest inspiration for me right now is the Legend short film based on the Dragonball Z, and you guys, if you haven't checked that out, you should check that out on YouTube. It's pretty cool. The biggest inspiration for me right now. So, you know, it really inspired me to start working on short films and doing stuff like that. And, you know, I really want to put out my own short film and just basically get into the swing of it, you know, so I can just drop short films whenever I can, you know. So far, you know, because I don't know why, like scripting for me is quite easy. Like I've figured out most of the animation already, like in terms of the storyboarding and planning. I'm basically like a quarter done already with the animation. Like the fight has gotten started, so I just gotta do the choreography for the fight and basically figure things out and how they're gonna be, you know, moving. Each movement is obviously unique to the character's fighting style and their personality. So that's also a very interesting factor that I gotta put into this fight. You know, Luna is pretty loony, you know, it's kind of just in the name. Like, she's a very kind of sporadic character, you know, she's a bit nuts, you know, but the main MC isn't too far off the mark, you know, he's pretty nuts himself. So it's a very interesting power play between the two, and I think, you know, moving forward, Luna might actually be the rival to the main MC. I feel like it will be an awesome rivalry between the two, you know. It's one of those things where Luna's kind of going to be the character that's going to bounce off the main character, kind of like a Naruto and Sasuke dynamic, but more so I would say Batman and Joker type of dynamic, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say exactly like Batman and Joker, but pretty close in a sense, you know, because Luna's kind of like, you know, she's on her own thing, you know, she knows a lot of information, so the main MC are looking for the information he needs, you know, he's gonna go around looking and she's gonna be there in his way because she's looking for the same stuff. She also gets hired by certain people, which also gets in the main character's way, so they kind of gonna bump into each other here and there anyway. This is one of the bigger fights, so we're hopping further down the comic. You know, I didn't actually start working on the comic yet. That has to be released at the end of September, but I feel like if I do this animation, I feel like I can just take frames from the animation and shove it into the comic, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that will be cool, and not just mangafy it and make it look like a manga. I think that will be the easiest thing to do. But first of all, what I'm working on is I'm just working on the planning for this animation, and then what I'll do is once the planning is done, take key scenes from the animation and animate that first so that I can release a teaser trailer, obviously, with a fully fleshed out and finished animation look of what it's going to look like when it's done, you know, so that those scenes are going to be the key scenes that I'm going to put out for the teaser trailer for this fight. And you know, that's how usually you do it in the business as well. In terms of animation, you would work on the key scenes that you would want to put out in a teaser trailer later, so that you can still work on the animation, but you know, can give someone a little taste of what's to come, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to do moving forward, but I'm still working on Kill All Heroes behind the scenes. The call to action contest currently going on now. The submission period, like I said, has ended, so you can't submit anymore, as well as the episode or the entry has been locked, so you can't release any more episodes on your entry. You can't edit your entry, you can't do nothing to your entry right now, so those episodes are on hold. But if you guys want to check out the episodes, the new episodes will come out on Dillyhub, so you can head down to my Dillyhub account, which will be linked in the description down below. All my links are there, so if you want to check it out on Dillyhub, go ahead and do so, and feel free to go through my artwork and leave me tips and shit, you know, I don't mind. If you ever want to support me on my future projects, I have a Ko-fi, you know, you can support me over there as well, just putting it out there. But otherwise, I'm continuing moving forward as always, you know, I'm pushing forward. Whether or not people give me funds for this project, I'm gonna do it anyway, you know, I'll pay it out of my own pocket because, you know, I have the money, so I mean, why not? But if you guys want to support the project and make things easier for me, that's cool as well, but I don't mind either way. I'm going through with it. And I've been thinking actually of like creating, I've heard of other video platforms where you can put up videos. It can actually, there's like a tipping function on those sites. What I'll do is, because on my YouTube channel there is a donation button. If you head down in the description, there's a button, there's a link that says donate, and you can donate. So what I'll do is when I upload this video, I will announce that there is a way to donate if you want to donate for future projects as well, so that, you know, everyone knows that there is a donation button and there is a way to support me, because, you know, some people ask me like, how will you support me? I keep telling them I have a Patreon, I have a Ko-fi. You know, you can go to anywhere there and you can support me over there. But okay, cool, man. You gotta support the artists that you like. You know, if you enjoy their work, I say go ahead and support them, even if it's like a cent. If it's like a 10 cents for me is quite a bit of money, because you times that by about like 14, 15, and that's the actual currency in South Africa. So I mean, it's something, you know. So I don't really mind, you know, if you guys, whatever you guys give, I'm always appreciative of it, because it shows that, hey, you want to support me, even though if you don't have that much to support me with, it's fine. It shows the intention there. You want to support me somehow, you know, and that's fine. Even if you can't support me financially, it's cool, man. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, you know, like up my stuff on my social medias, follow me on my social medias, you know, they keep the hype going. saying, you know, you don't have to support me with funds or anything. I'm doing good, guys. I'm not that desperate for money, you know. So yeah, that's it with the short film, you know. It's coming out, it's doing well, you know. So the process of how I'm gonna animate this short film, I will be releasing that as well on YouTube, so you can follow along and see exactly how I do things. And I'll be kind of using a more professional pipeline, since I am in the animation industry, some sort of a professional pipeline, so you can it's just easier for you guys to follow by, as well as if you guys ever want to get into the animation industry, you know the pipeline, you know how things work, you know what happens, you know what I'm saying. All the assets to the short film, well, not all of them, but most of the most key assets will be on my Patreon. I think I'll put it on my Patreon, but sooner or later I think I'm gonna drop my Patreon, to be honest with you guys. The Patreon, I'm not that active on the Patreon, but I feel like I'm gonna move over to Ko-fi. You know, I feel like that's just gonna be a better alternative to Patreon, as well as I get all the funds, and you know, Patreon usually takes a chunk out of it, although Patreon does do merchandise, so I'm not quite sure what to do there. I might actually do some research into that and check out exactly what I'm gonna do with it too, but otherwise I might just keep my Patreon, why not, you know. But yeah, all the assets that I will use for my upcoming comics, projects, whatever it is, you know, usually I put it up on my Patreon. So if you guys are subscribed to my Patreon, you know, you get all those assets, everything that I do, as well as my files, everything, you know. So you can actually break those files down. You can even use the assets. I don't really care. Whatever you guys want to do with it, you can do with it. I'm not too worried. As long as you can create something awesome with it, and it can motivate you to work on something awesome and bring us some awesome new content, I mean, that's fine with me, you know. Whatever's best for you guys, you know, whatever helps you guys along with your projects, I'm cool with that. Because sometimes people just need a push. They just need a little bit of a kick, you know, just to get out there, do what they need to do, and produce some awesome works. And I'm always up for seeing artists create some awesome shit. The other thing that I think I talked about this with Hobbish as well, like with the voice acting, because when I was scripting this thing and putting it together, I realized there is going to be a bit of a story going on here. They're going to be talking, and obviously I will be doing the voice of Nathan. I don't mind doing his voice because I already did his voice early on for the trailer, so I don't mind doing his voice again. And so I need someone to be the voice for Luna. Hobbish has said if I can't find anyone, she will do it, and she doesn't she's kind of shy, she doesn't want to be put on the spot, but you know, it's cool. If she can't do it, it's fine. I'll pay someone to do it, that's fine, you know. I'm all up for it. I'll pay someone, you know, to do a few lines, you know, of Luna. It's not going to be a lot of lines, you know. It's gonna be all right, you know. I have people who can do the voiceover as well, so it's pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure anyone who wants to help me out, you can just let me know, you know. That's pretty cool. The voice for Luna is out there. The role is out there if you guys want to do the voice for Luna. But I'll let you know closer to when it's done. I'll let people know that, okay, I need the voiceover now. In the meantime, I will voice over Luna just to have a kind of, and I'm not going to do that type of girly voice. No, I'm just going to voice over to my normal voice, so I can just get the timing of the voice acting and the mouth movement, as well as the expressions between scenes, and exactly how long I should prolong the scenes, and how I should actually, how much frames I would need to animate the mouth movement and all that type of thing. So yeah, just moving forward, I will be voicing Luna as well as the main character, just to gauge exactly the time, you know, that needs to be, as well as the expression and how I would want them to emote and express themselves through the animation. So I will be doing those things as well. And I mean, if I ever want to get a voice actor, I can send them my voiceover where I'm voiceovering Luna and saying this is what I would want her voice, as well as the inflections in the voice to sound like. This is where I would want her to exclaim or say something, you know, in a certain way. So, you know, that will just make things easier, to just be an easier guide. But also, I like people to kind of put themselves into the character, you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like Hobbish would be the best voice actor for Luna, because she would know her character the best. Although this is a different type of Luna, you know, this is a more evil, you know, villainous type Luna. I spoke about this with my friends. It's kind of like a fusion of Harley Quinn and Shigo from Kim Possible. Kind of she has that rage and anger in her, but she also is quite playful and jokey, you know. So she's a very kind of similar. It's kind of like a bipolar thing, you know, but not really. she is somewhat calm and collected at points as well. You know, she's very complex as a character, so it's pretty cool. But I feel like, you know, when someone, whoever does the voice acting for the character, I want them to add a bit of themselves in the character, you know, just put a bit of yourself in there. Like, even if I had to pay someone to do it, I'd be like, you know, you can use this as a guide, the voice that I gave you, as well as the scripted lines. But I also want them to kind of, you know, do their own little thing. You know, it might add to the animation a bit, whatever they believe adds best to the animation. And I feel like that way you can get some creative like differences that might actually benefit the animation more. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a voice actor. You know, I'm not a professional voice actor. I think a professional voice actor who's been doing this for so long, they would actually know best what to put in there, you know what I mean, how they would want them, the inflections and stuff they would put in the voice. Obviously, you know, they would know the best way to do that. But obviously, you know, the cheapest way possible that can work, you know, I'll go with that, as well as the most convenient way, you know, I'll go with that as well, depending on the time and as well as the deadline that I'm aiming for, because I am aiming for like the end of October. That is the earliest deadline I'm aiming for. Latest deadline, end of November. I would say end of November, maybe mid-November would be the latest deadline I think I would put for the animation. But we'll see, you know, it's going quite well. So, you know, it's moving quite fast. I mean, I'm almost like a quarter of the way done, which I finished today. At the end of this week, if I'm done with this animatic, all that's left to do is do the voiceovers and then animate it, and then I mean, it's out there. Also, I will actually, like, in terms of the workflow, I think I will actually create 2 3D models, one based on the main character and one based on Luna, and these 3D models are going to be quite helpful in terms of certain aspects of the animation, because I've been watching this other guy's animation, I can't remember his name, but he did this thing where he mixed 2D with 3D in a sense that in terms of like far away shots or shots where you don't need to be that close to the camera, he actually uses 3D models with like flat emission shaders on them. So if you guys don't know what flat emission shaders is, it's basically just like the base color, and then you would add a emission shader to that, so it's just like a flat color. There's no shading, no nothing to it, just a flat color. So basically when you animate, you will just see like this flat colors, you know, in the shape of the character. And basically with the grease pencil tool, I mean, all I have to do is project the grease pencil over that, and I can do the shading myself, you know, freehand the shading as well. Yeah, that'll be very interesting and cool to do. So there's many different cool things I want to try out with this workflow for this animation. That was one of the strategies I thought of. Obviously the backgrounds will be completely 3D. I'm just going to add some 2D shaders to it, make it look 2D. I don't think I will have any shattering element. Oh, actually the door will have to break when the guy punches the door, so I'll probably have to that as well. But I mean, all the 3D elements, you know, I'm not too worried about, because I can handle that. It's just the 2D animation stuff that I'm not used to. But although while animating, I'm pretty good at it. So I mean, you know, for like someone who hasn't really done it, but like I said, I'm pretty well versed in the fundamentals of animation, doing it for so long. Like today I put up the fundamentals of animation, like the basic 12 principles of animation I put up today on my community tab, where you guys can check that video out. It just goes over the 12 basic fundamentals of animation, which is all you need to know. Whether it's 2D or 3D, you use those fundamentals in both, you know. It's just the workflow is a bit different, but you use the same fundamentals. So that's why the studio animation stuff is quite easy for me. And the only thing that I kind of struggle with is perspective. Not because I can't do it, it's because I'm too lazy to do it in the animatic and stuff like that. So I'll probably use the 3D models, or 3D models, which I'll reference for the characters, just to get a kind of idea of the scale as well as the perspective of the characters. In terms of perspective of the backgrounds, I don't think I have to worry about that, because it will just be all 3D anyway. Yeah, and this will be cool to try out some new effects as well. I do want to try the compositing for Blender, so I will be using Blender's compositor just to try it out. I'm thinking of actually editing it in Premiere and After Effects, since I'm very familiar with that. I might actually just do that first and then have a completed version and then mess around with Blender's compositor and stuff like that, but we'll see. You know, maybe over the course of the few weeks I figure out the compositor and I figure out things that I can do with it, and it might actually be more beneficial than actually doing it in After Effects or Premiere, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll see how that goes. In terms of my webcomic Kill All the Heroes, it's going pretty well. Storyline is progressing quite well with the latest episode now on Dilliab, if you guys want to check it out. Oof, it's getting pretty dark, and I've talked about this on the Discord with my friends. It's gonna get really dark, guys. So I don't know, eventually if Webtoon is just like, hey man, your series is way too dark for us, you know, they might just kick me off Webtoon, and I'm all prepared for that. You know, if they don't want my comic there, it's cool, you know, I'll just upload it on Dilliab, and you know, it is what it is. The webcomics app is also very supportive of my work, so I might just partner with them or whatever, you know. They're pretty cool. Yeah, Global Comics is fine. They're alright. But like, I think the webcomics app is really the one that I think will benefit me the most, because they work on basis of episodes. So the webcomics app, the way the benefits work on the webcomics app is based on your episodes. The more episodes you upload, and I think you even earn, like, let's say if you had 200 episodes and you upload them in about, I think, a month or 2 months or something like that, like 200 episodes in like 2 months or a month, they will give you $200, like straight up, like $200. There you go, in your pocket. So if you have an episode only has to consist of 15 panels. So if you're smart, you would do a short series, each episode consisting of 15 panels, and then releasing it all at once, just releasing the full-on story all at once in like a month, and then you will have $200 in your pocket. It will also create you great benefits with the webcomics app stuff. You can also like enter certain stuff on there, and you know, you win certain stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's pretty cool, I think, of them, you know, to work on a comic, like a comic episode basis. The only problem is that you have to release so much episodes, like goddamn, like 200 episodes in a month. That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts, dude. Especially if you like, there's a certain quality that you would like to meet, and a certain story requirement as well as panel length that you would like to meet, you know. It's just like, I mean, but even if you have a long story, cut it up into like 15 panels a episode and then publish it, you know, like on a daily basis. That will be like 30 episodes a month, maybe 3 times on a daily basis. That's 90. So at least 6 times daily you would have to post the episode. Just to get that requirement. That's very interesting. Damn, that is insane. But anyway, I'm gonna have to get back to the animation and everything. I know you guys enjoy the coffee and chains and stuff, just like me talking and rambling for some reason. I don't know why you enjoy it. Like, it's just me rambling and talking about nonsense. I mean, if you guys need some background noise, I'll always be here, you know. I'll just be chatting shit, you know, and you can just basically put me in your background, and there I am, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a good time, you know. I'll probably see you guys in the next video, and I think that's about it, you know. So if you guys like this video, this is your second reminder to like this video, as well as hit that subscribe button, and you know, go ahead and ring the notification bell to be notified of any other thing that I do. Check out Kill All Heroes, all links in the description down below. Latest episode now out on Dilliab. Call to action, Kill All Heroes on Webtoon. Check that out as well. Support me over there, as well as head on down to my Ko-fi. Support me over there if you guys want to help me out with this movie short film project. I'm gonna do it anyway, so whether you support me or not, I'm going full steam ahead. So whether you help me or not, I'm going ahead and doing this because I'm really enjoying it. I really enjoy the process, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it when it comes out, because it's gonna be wild and fun. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye, guys.